Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 26 of Firon's commentary of System Shock 2. Well, finally nearing the end of the body of the many. I never thought I'd make it to this point, especially considering that Psi Powers was never an easy task to begin with, but now that it's the second to last episode, we're definitely nearing the end of the game. And I'm pretty damn hyped. Trust me. And to my viewers, I really do apologize for the bad lighting in the body of the mini. I did not consider to increase the gamma during gameplay, and even with editing this gamma increase, I don't think it made much of a difference, so I really do apologize. So, for your convenience and less annoyance, I decided to speed up certain parts of this episode since I spent most of it exploring dark areas of the body of the many for more supplies, which kind of dragged it on a bit, so you're welcome. Let's go ahead and speed it up right now, actually. There's not really too much to talk about at this point, except for a few logs by Profontaine. And considering that even I can barely see what's in front of me, yeah, pretty much there's not too much entertainment till towards the end of the episode. So a little patience and some good listening will do you well at this point. Trust me, it'll be all worth it. Let's go ahead and play one of the logs right now, actually. First I need to go find it. It should be in here. Here it is.
While I don't understand the annelid life cycle fully, it's clearly extremely diverse. The eggs produce either a male or a female spore. The male, the drones, are wasp-like creatures. The female are worm-like annelids that seek out a host to infect. Following infection, the host begins to transform into a human annelid hybrid. From that point, the life form can take numerous paths. I believe this path is determined by the many itself. The creatures have communicated their need to grow the biomass, so I imagine that biological material is their primary resource. Therefore, each path has costs and benefits. The proto-arachnid is extremely quick and potentially relatively cheap in biomass. The hulking fleshy ones are powerful, but are clearly a larger investment. I've observed only one example of the floating organisms. The only comfort is that the more dangerous organisms are quite costly to produce, limiting their numbers.
These logs are actually pretty interesting, the ones about the mini's biology that describe their life cycle and such. They don't really answer all the questions, because in the forums at systemshock.org, there's still quite a few questions about the life cycle and the understatement of the biology of the money. I mean, this gives the basic idea, and I guess it was intended. Well, that's my theory, but I believe they intended for there to be questions about the many, to leave it a bit vague, because that's really the whole point of this. You're supposed to come up with your own conclusions for the most part. That's just my guess, though. I mean, it could just be that they kind of rushed at the end. How many times have I used that excuse so far? Over 9,000 times? Maybe so. We should be done with this area. Just need to make a quick stop elsewhere. I'm gonna go recharge my stuff and then we can continue onward. And on our way there, I'll go ahead and play another log for you guys so you don't get bored.
Large, burly creatures dragged flood towards the sound of the grinding. Apparently, the enemy uses smaller creatures to help move food along its digestive tract. I tried to help Flood in, but it wasn't even a contest, and I'm ashamed to admit I judged that seeing what happened to her was a vital element of my studies here. I imagine I won't have the opportunity to record any observations when it comes my turn.
We'll eventually learn of his fate from another log in the future. But yeah, it would have been pretty gruesome if they had like added blood and guts to the teeth that we saw earlier. hinting at just how gruesome the fate is to get crushed by those. I imagine it's not very pretty, and it'd be pretty freaking terrifying to see what happens to you. Yeah, had to go through this puzzle again, but luckily it wasn't as irritating as before. Thank God. And now that we got most of the exploration out of the way, we can quickly play 2 more logs, and then the boss fight. One of the moments you've all been waiting for, but first a log.
It's clear that this thing I'm trapped inside is intimately linked with all the organisms on board the Von Braun. Strike that. This creature is the same organism. Perhaps the best way to describe it, or perhaps the only way I can comprehend it, is that the organism serves to perform the highest mental functions of the entire species. The smaller creatures exist only to enact its will. Now, strike that too. All the specimens act as a whole, like different organs in a single body, with this entity acting primarily as a brain. If one were to destroy this large specimen, I wonder, would it snuff out all the others?
We're gonna find out soon enough, my friends.
With only a few short years of evolution, they've been able to conquer this starship, mankind's mightiest creation. Where were we after 40 years of evolution? What swamp were we swimming around in, single-celled and mindless? What if Shodan's creations are superior to us? What will they become in 1 million years, in 10 million years? What's clear is that Shodan shouldn't be allowed to play God. She's far too good at it.
That's like one of my favorite logs because it has so many good lines and very, very important questions about the future. Pretty much hinting at the urgency of the situation, my friends. It's now or never. It's time to finally put an end to the many. And soon enough, we'll finally face Shodan. I'm sure she'll be happy to know that the many will no longer be a problem.
Agility activated.
Things are definitely not as they seem.
Adrenaline activated.
But now,
Strength
let's put the demon to rest.
Beware the machine mother. She is a stranger.
She is a stranger to everything we cherish.
I finally defeated the many. I finally defeated the many! Yes!
Thank you for running my errands, puppet.
You're welcome,
I know you
bitch.
Struggled, but I never had any intention of destroying the Von Braun. The Von Braun's faster-than-light drive can be used to create pockets of proto-reality.
I am now using it to modify reality
To my own specifications.
The process shall not take long. If it sounds unpleasant to you, put your mind at ease, insect. You will not survive to see my new world order.
If anyone's going to die, Shodan, it's going to be you. That I promise.